Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. For our next topic, we'll focus on the chapter 8, products and services. For this topic, we will learn based on the deposit, loans and advance, card services, and also electronic banking. So the first, what is the deposit? Which is deposit ialah the sum of money we save or we invest in banking or financial institution, which is here we will focus on the deposit from the customer, which is we call that has as a main sources of fund, and it is defined as the placement of excess funds by the surplus unit in the financial system for the purpose of either investment or temporary placements. So we can for the temporary placement, we can withdraw our money anytime that we want using ATM machine, or also using the banking or financial institutions. And it also can be a short, a medium, or long-term deposit. And if we want to get some of the profit from the investment, we can deposit our money based on the long-term deposit, or if we want to withdraw our money anytime, so we can just deposit our money based on the short-term deposit. And then this is the type of deposit that here. We have the first demand deposit, and then also we have the other deposit. And for the demand deposit, refer to the current accounts, and for the other deposit, we can refer to the saving account and fixed deposit. So also we have the category of other deposit, which is referred to the public sector deposit, foreign deposit, other financial institution deposit, and also private sector's deposit. And then this is the example of the deposit products, which is depend on sources of deposit that we want. The first refer to the saving accounts, which refer to the demand deposit. And for the saving account, we have the children saving, teenage saving, senior citizen saving, and also women saving. This is the basic saving, which we can withdraw our money anytime that we want. And the next, we have the fixed deposit under the other deposit, which refer to the investment accounts for Islamic banks, and with unique characteristic and attractive interest rate or profit rate. The next, we have the current account deposit, which is more for daily usage, not for safekeeping or investment, which is some bank pay interest for credit balance. And so this is the some of the explanation based on the saving accounts. For saving account, we can create the account based on for the individual or societies, club, association to place money for their saving, and also for daily withdrawal, which is we can withdraw our money anytime and anywhere we want using the our ATM cards, and we can withdraw the money using the ATM machines. And also the majority individual account holders and some of their salary credit into these accounts, and for the interest is credited for credits balance in conventional banks, and for the Islamic bank it is for safekeeping only, which is referred to the al-wadiyah concept, and where the customer can withdraw any time that they want using the ATM card. And also to encourage the placement, the customers are paid a small profit based on the mudarabah concept. So this is the explanations based on the saving accounts. And then we have the current accounts. This is also for the individual with or without a business, partnership and corporations for daily usage. And then they have the receipt of fund, which is based on the credit or payments of the funds, and also based on the debit card or debit payments. And then we also for the business users, which is for their working capital, they can use the money for their working capital. And also the basic features, they are using the ATM cards, checkbook facility and monthly statements. So based on the monthly statement, the bank will send the transaction of the use of their cards or checks through email or through the letter. And then they also can use the ATM card to withdraw their money, and also they can use the checkbook, which is they can write the names and then the amounts and sign the check, and then they can withdraw the money using the ATM machine or bank facilities. And then they can open to individual. This current account is open to individual which is age 18 and above, and they are also for personal and joint accounts, associations, societies, and also for clubs. And then the minimum initial deposit normally for individual which is RM500, and for non-individual or for company or business which is RM1000. And also for an introducer is required to open account who is an existing current account holders. And also for the Islamic banks, the activity must not prohibited by Sharia and the Malaysian law, which is based on the Sharia compliance. And then the next we have the fixed deposit or investment account, which is also referred to the Islamic banks. So this is the when we call the investment accounts, so we can deposit our money for the investment transactions. And then for the placement of excess funds by individual or corporation to obtain some of return or also to gain some of the profit, and have specific tenure period of placement, which is referred to the 1, 3, 6, 9 or 12 months, and also more than 12 months. And it is called fixed deposit because the account holder cannot withdraw the funds until it matures, and it has a fixed rate, and the interest or profit is paid when the withdrawal are made at the maturity dates. So when we refer to the investment account or investment money, this is we cannot withdraw our money based on the maturity dates, and we can save we can deposit our money for the long term or short term based on the specific tenure or period of placement, like more than lower than 1 years or in within the 1 to 12 months. and because they have the fixed rate that the bank charge based on the investments, and so this is similar with the other investment like mutual funds or other investment, which is we cannot withdraw our money based on the specific date or based on maturity dates. And then we go to the loan and advance. So when we refer to the loan, this is the debts. So the debts mean that we make some of the pinjaman ataupun some of the agreements to pay, we get some of the money from the banks and we make some agreement to pay back the money based on the monthly or yearly based on the agreement set up by the lender and also the borrower. And the main use of funds by commercial banks here, and that's the amounting to more than 1/3 of total users of funds, and in 2004 the percentage was 37.2%, followed by 37.8% in 2005, and in 2006 which is 36.6%. And based on the definitions of loans, an arrangement whereby a borrower obtain a financing from a lender in exchange for an agreement to repay the funds at a later date, normally an installment basic with interest or finance charge. Biasanya kita lihat based on loan ialah sama ada based on our personal loan, home or mortgage loan, or based on auto loan, iaitu apabila kita membeli rumah, and then we get loan from the banks and we make some of agreements to pay within some of the period with some of the amounts, and then the bank will charge some of the interest semasa sehingga kita selesai membuat pembayaran loans lah. So this is dipanggil debts ataupun hutang. So in we records in our financial statement, they are means that the liability for our owns, or also if we use for our business, this is liability for our business. The next, the use of loans. And for corporations, they need the loan to finance their business or to for their business operation, like buy some of the machinery, equipment for their business, working capital, to pay the salary for their workers, acquires the business or projects, expand their business or want to expand their new venture business. Also they want to settle loan based on other debts. And for the individual, certain of the people gets loan because they want to set up a small business for the capital of the business, to purchase of furniture, some of equipments, or financial security such as stocks or unit trust for investment, and also for marriage or fees of education and so on. So this is inilah the basic of users apabila seseorang itu mendapatkan bantuan kewangan melalui loans. Sama ada kalau untuk company or business, dia gunakan untuk kegunaan bisnes ataupun sebagai kewangan syarikat, seperti untuk pembelian material, machine and so on. And for individual, which is for their personal purpose. And then the private sector loan is dominant for this loan, which is 95% of total loans compared to the unprivate sectors. And next we have the two broad category of loans. The first, secure loans, and then the second, unsecured loans. So what is the secure loans? The loans are backed by asset or collateral, and the lender has first claim upon default. Based on the secured loans, they have a lower risk because the lender can claim the asset if borrower is not able to pay off the loans. But based on the status of borrower, it has more risk because if the borrower is not able to pay the loans, the asset will be taken off from him. That's why they call it the loan are backed by asset or collateral, which is the secure loan or the agreement based on the secure loan is a loan protected by an asset or equipment as a backups. And then the example for this type of secure loan is the housing loans or car loans. And then the second, we have the unsecured loan, which is the definition based on the loan not backed by any asset, which is the clean basis, which is the compared to the secure loan. The secure loan are protected by asset or equipment, but the unsecured loan not protected by any asset. That's we call that clean basis. So the lender has general claims only to borrower's asset if there is any default payment. So the status of borrower here has lower risk, but interest is higher, and based on the status of the lender, there has more risk because the loan is not protected by any asset. And then this example of this kind of category of loans or unsecured loan, which is like credit cards or personal loans. The next, we have the category of loans here, which is home loan, business loan, and also personal loan. So when we look here, home loan and business loan are more to the secure loans, and like the personal, and then the personal loan is more to the unsecured loans. So the first, we look at the home loans here. This is the purpose is to purchase houses or apartments, sama ada untuk kegunaan ataupun untuk perniagaan, and they can be either conventional or Islamic fixed or flexi loans. And also refinancing is also offered by most bank, and very competitive and variety of interest rate or financing rates. So this is the first category of loan, like the home loan ataupun loan yang dibuat berdasarkan kepada apabila kita hendak membeli rumah ataupun apartments. And the second refer to the personal loan, which is for individual purpose, and this is for specific purpose, like for example ESB loans for investment. We want to buy some computer and we get the computer loans, and also we get the loan for our educations, merits loans, and so on. This is highly demands by the individuals, and then very competitive and variety of rate structure. So when we refer to the personal loan, which is this is the category of unsecured loan, which is not protected by any asset, compared to the home loan, which is when we cannot settle the debts. The lender will claim the asset, and then if the borrower can able to pay the loans. But based on the personal loan, this is high risk because they are not protected, backup or protected by any kind of asset or equipments. The next we refer to the business loans. This is based on the financing for only for business purpose. When we call the business purpose, which is we use for the business operation, like buying some of the machines, material and so on, and among the focus of many banks and tailored to specific sectors. And for the example, we have here overdraft facility, contract financing, factoring facilities, fixed asset loans, hire purchase, industrial hire purchase, joint venture, leasing, plant and machinery loans, project financing, revolving credit facilities, syndicate loan, and also terms loans. The next, they also for the property sector, which is bridging loan or and financing. And for the automobile sector, they have the floor stocking. And then for exporter and importer, like trade business facilities such as the bankers acceptance, export credit financing, letter of credit, trust receipt, shipping or guarantee, and also bank guarantee. And the next we have the overdraft facility. So what is overdraft facility? Which is referred to the facility where a customer is allowed to write a check on accounts, which is referred to the current account, which has insufficient funds, and the bank will cover the insufficiency funds by providing a specific amount of financing, which is have the limit. And for working capital requirement, subject to periodic review, commitment fees on unutilized portions, and can be unsecured overdraft, which is cleansed or secure overdraft. So when we talk about secure and unsecure, which is if the unsecure, this is not backup or protected by any asset, but based on the secure overdraft or secure, which is the protected by any asset or equipments. And then we have the terms loans, a single loan for a stated period of times or series of loan on specific dates. The purpose of loan is acquired machinery or equipment, renovations, and even for debt refinancing, not to finance daily operation. And if the purchase of an asset, the asset purchase will be the collateral. So this is the term loan lah. Kalau biasanya kalau loans, seseorang akan dapat sejumlah wang yang dia nak pinjam, contoh 10,000, and then they will get the money, and then they make some of the agreements, macam mana cara dia nak bayar, sama ada dalam specific amounts untuk specific period tempoh, mengikut ni lah kadar sama ada bulanan ataupun tahunan. And the next we have the card services. This is the type of card services. The first we have the credit card, the second we have the debit card, and also we have the third charge card. So what is the card services? How it works. So the card holder have the convenience of making payment on a non-cash basic at selected outlets, and card holder are given limit specific for credit card and as a form of advance for any purchase made. And once the card is swiped on the readable card machine to identify card holder details and to confirm the authenticity, the payment is considered made, and the outlet will claim payment reimbursed from the card issuing banks. So biasanya kalau kita guna kad ataupun seseorang menggunakan kad, dia tidak akan membawa cash money lah. Dia akan membayar melalui kad, sama ada kad debit, kad kredit or another card. So apabila dia menggunakan kad, biasanya bank akan mengenakan charge lah, ataupun di mana bila dia sweep the card, and then the identity of the payer can be identified by the machine, and then the amount that they want to buy can be deducted based on the accounts, and then tuan kedai ataupun yang ni lah yang orang yang kita bayar tersebut, dia akan claim dengan bank sejumlah wang yang ni lah, yang barang yang dibeli ataupun amount yang dikenakan ke atas barang yang dibeli oleh pemegang kad. And then this is the first, we refer to the credit card. What is the credit card? The card holder is given a financial limit, and this limit is revolving, and when the card holder pays part or full amount of the limit, the card holder can utilize the paid amount together with the balance not utilized, and the partial payment of the amounts used, normally 5% of the outstanding amount is allowed, and the bank calculate the amount outstanding and charge interest on the unpaid amounts, which is interest income for banks. So biasanya kalau orang guna credit card ialah berdasarkan limit lah, berapa jumlah wang yang dia boleh belanjakan dalam tempoh sebulan ataupun dalam tempoh setahun. So apabila dia menggunakan credit card, dia ada charge yang dikenakan oleh pihak bank, di mana dia just bawa card, and then when they want to pay for the products or services that dia guna untuk dibayar melalui credit card, they just sweep the card, and then the amount will be deducted based on their accounts, and then they can get a statement lah, berapa amount yang telah dibelanjakan, and then they can make some of the payments to top up ataupun untuk tambahkan nilai balik dalam bank untuk dia dapat belanjakan selebihnya. And then the second, we refer to the charge card, which is the facility to customer without any specific credit limit for purchase without the use of immediate cash. And then the main features, which is card holder must pay the amounts outstanding in full, non-payment for 2 months, which is suspensions of facilities, and then suitable for customer who want to make purchase on credit but able to avoid debts. Example, charge card, Amex, Dinner Club, HSBC, Amanah, Mastercard. So this is the category of charge card lah yang dikenakan berdasarkan apabila membuat pembayaran melalui kad, dia ada charge yang dikenakan berdasarkan kepada specific credit limit, and also for purchase without the use of immediate cash. And next we have the third, which is refer to the credit debit card. Yang ni kalau kita lihat debit card, biasanya untuk yang ni lah, kad ATM yang kita guna pun dah tulis debit card here, which is we can use the same function with the credit card, but we can also use the card at the ATM machines, and a facility whereby when the card is swept or used, the account of the holder is debit immediately and provide convenience to customer for making purchases, and card holder must ensure the amount available in the saving or current account is sufficient, and the limit is actually the amount that he has in the accounts, and suitable for customer want to avoid debts. Yang ni pun kalau kita nak guna berdasarkan duit yang ada dalam akaun kita. Contoh kalau kita ada RM500 sahaja, dan apabila kita membuat pembayaran melalui debit card, payment with debit card, if the amounts exceed ataupun more than 500 that we have in our account, so tak boleh lah. So kita just limit to 500 saja, and then kita kena tambah based on the cash. So this is the debit card only used based on the amount in our account, or berdasarkan duit yang ada dalam account sahaja. So yang ni pun dapat mengelakkan kita berhutang lah, sebab kita guna duit yang betul-betul ada dalam account kita. And next we have the electronic banking, which is e-banking. And when we call the electronic banking or e-banking, we use online banking and involve the electronic interchange of data and funds between the customer and the banking institutions. And e-banking service offered by bank using the self-service terminal SSTS, phone banking, internet banking, and also mobile banking. This is the types of e-banking that we can use or offer by banks. Biasanya kalau kita gunalah internet banking, we just log in, and then we make some of transactions to transfer sum of money ataupun untuk membuat pembayaran ataupun pembelian secara online. The next, this is the self-service terminal SSTS, and the facilities in the form of machine being located at strategic place for public to do banking transactions. This is the automatic teller machine ATMs, cash deposit machine, checks deposit machines. So the location of SSTS are in the public place, such as a business or shopping complex or large office complex, and also dekat bank yang dia ni lah, and also sama ada dekat airport and 7-Eleven and so on. And then we can we can withdraw the money using our ATM card. And then the ATMs provide service such as withdrawal facilities, balance inquiries, fund transfer, bill payment, FD placement, loan or credit card payment, IPO share application, credit card withdrawal and reload services, which is referred to the touch and go, mobile prepaid value, and also can be part of SSTS, or it can be on its own and located at many strategic place. Seperti lah, sama ada dekat airport, 7-Elevens, the bank or banking institution, and so on. The next, cash and checks deposit machines, which is a cash deposit machine will provide facilities to deposit money to own accounts and third-party account, and cash payment to credit cards or term loans. And the checks deposit machine will allow customer to deposit checks to own accounts, third-party accounts, or to pay loans or credit cards. And so this is the cash and checks deposit machine. Yang ni pun biasanya dia ada bersebelahan dengan ATM card, and where we can use the machines untuk apabila kita nak masukkan cek yang kita terima, and then the amounts can akan masuk ke dalam account, and then kita akan dapat keluarkan amount tersebut using the ATM cards. The next, the phone banking, which is allow customer to perform banking transaction through communication device and using dialing a touch tone telephone or mobile communication unit connected to an automatic system of the banks, and the function available almost similar to the ATM except withdrawal and deposit cash. This is referred to the phone banking, which is the transaction through telecommunication device. And next we have the internet banking or online banking, and this is defined as performing transaction and payments through a bank's secure website, and requires no specific software or hardware, and all licensed banking institutions in Malaysia are allowed to establish informational website thus allow to offer internet banking services. Yang ni biasanya digunakan apabila kita nak buat transaction of money ataupun salary, and then also we can use for our payment based on online purchasing, and then also when we want to pay bill or some of the fees using the internet or online banking. And then the internet banking services, also the balance inquiries, statement and transactions, listing inquiries, fund transfer to own account or third party accounts, loan and bill payments, credit card payment, share trading, fixed deposit placements, stop payment of check, and also reload services. And for the business purpose, they can use to online trade finance, foreign exchange and money market inquiries, employees salaries payments, EPF contribution payments, income tax and zakat payments, and also for SOCSO contribution payments. So this is the function of Islamic banking services lah. Semuanya boleh dilakukan through the online. Segala jenis pembayaran ataupun pemindahan wang boleh dilakukan menerusi sama ada website of the banks ataupun website yang terpilih untuk pembayaran sama ada bill using the some of the apps and so on. And the next, this is the advantage of using the internet banking. The first, fast and convenient, where we can transfer our money immediately, and also convenient, which is just only using our phone or laptop or computer, which is needs for the internet lines, and flexible, we can use any times that we want, and there's and anyway, and hassle-free payments, and there's wide range of banking facilities. So if we have the internet line, we can use the internet banking to transfer or to pay some of bill that we want anytimes and anywhere that we want. And but they also have the disadvantage of using banking online banking, which is lack of security, which is tiada jaminan transaction yang dilakukan itu selamat, and service not sufficient, which is when the line is not stable, we cannot do the transactions. And then the interruption of the service, the sometime that the website is have the line problem and we cannot proceed the transactions, and the costly legal and physical infrastructure. So yang ni pun kita kena gunakan internet lah. So we need to have internet line to make sure that we can do the transactions. So that's all based on this topic of banking and product services. So based on this topic or chapter, we have learn based on the deposit and also the credit facilities, consumer products like ATM, credit cards, and also the internet banking, refer to the advantage and disadvantage of the internet banking. So that's all for this topic. If you have any problem or any question regarding to this topic, you can ask during the class. Okay, that's all for this topic. Thank you.